Everybody thinks finishing first is the dream. Top of the group, big celebration, chest out, job done. But at the 2026 World Cup, finishing second might actually be smarter. Yeah, I said it. And if that sounds wrong, good, because this is one of those tournament quirks that looks simple, feels unfair, and quietly changes everything. Give me a few minutes and you'll see why some teams might secretly prefer second place. Let's start with the basic idea. The 2026 World Cup is bigger than ever. More teams, more groups, more knockout games, and that changes how paths are built. In theory, group winners should be rewarded. You finish first, you face an easier opponent. That's how football is supposed to work. In practice, that's not always what happens. Here's where it gets interesting. The knockout bracket in 2026 isn't a clean, straight ladder. It's pre-mapped, fixed, locked in before the tournament even starts. That means your position in the group doesn't just decide who you face next. It decides your entire route to the final. And sometimes, the winner's path is brutal. Let's say you top your group. You feel great. Cameras everywhere. Pundits praising you. Then you look at the bracket. Surprise. Your side of the draw is stacked. A former champion in the round of 32. A continental giant waiting in the round of 16. Another heavyweight in the quarterfinals. 3 monsters. Back to back. No breathing room. Meanwhile, look across the bracket. The team that finished second, they're walking into a softer side. Less travel. Fewer elite opponents early. More recovery time. This sounds simple. It isn't. Because now coaches have to think ahead. Do you push for first place or manage the situation? And before you say, teams would never do that, remember this. Football history is full of teams making creative decisions. Here's the thing most fans miss. Not all group winners are treated equally. Some groups feed directly into nightmare brackets. Others don't. So, finishing first in the wrong group can be worse than finishing second in the right one. You know the type. A strong team stuck between 2 giants in the knockout map. They did everything right in the group and got punished for it. Now, add another layer, rest and rotation. In 2026, squads are deeper, schedules are tighter, travel distances are huge. Sometimes finishing second means playing a match later, or in a better location, or against a team that's also rotating. Tiny advantages. But at this level, tiny advantages decide tournaments, and no one says this out loud, but teams absolutely notice. Now, let's be clear, nobody wants to openly lose, nobody wants to risk going out. But once qualification is secured, once the table math is clear, that's when things get uncomfortable. A slower tempo, a safer lineup, a draw that just happens because the bracket doesn't care about pride, it only cares about position. So when you hear people say, just win your group, they're not wrong. They're just not seeing the whole picture. In a tournament this big, strategy goes beyond winning games. It's about surviving the path, and sometimes second place is the path with fewer landmines. So, let's go back to the opening question. Is finishing second better than finishing first in 2026? Not always, but sometimes, absolutely. And that's what makes this World Cup fascinating. The games don't start in the knockout rounds, they start in the math. So next time you see a team ease off late in a group match, don't assume they've switched off. They might be switching gears, because in 2026 the smartest move might not be winning everything. It might be winning at the right time. If you enjoy breaking football myths like this, stick around. Subscribe for more simple explanations of the game's strangest rules. And here's a final thought to leave you with. At the biggest World Cup ever, will we see teams celebrating second place?